And Lewis Powell, who eventually becomes a Supreme Court Justice and is head of the Chamber of Commerce, writes a famous Powell memo that talks about how they have to bring Nader down. And they do. They do bring him down. And they do it by creating faux sort of think tanks, like the Heritage Foundation, all this. And you have the Madison Institute here. I mean, this is a perfect example of an ideologically driven organization with tremendous amounts of resources and money that is able to actually stifle any kind of real debate. And every time, you know, even if I spoke a couple years ago at the University of Montreal, and this happens to me all the time, it happens to all of us, the Heritage Foundation will fly in someone to set them on the other end of the table, to give sort of balance, to give, you know, the other side. And what you have to end up doing is essentially dealing with the lowest common denominator, and frankly dealing with lies. And that's just what they want. Instead of actually being able to get a message across that has any kind of veracity or truth to it, they tangle you up in a debate about untruth. And they have just infected the public discourse, they've infected the public universities, and unfortunately this university is a kind of case in point. So you have an increasing infusion of corporate money into every institution. I mean, most of the people who sit on the boards of trustees of places like Princeton, half of them should probably be in jail. You have university presidents who are paid like CEOs, you know, well over $1 million, and their sole criteria is whether or not they raise money or not. That is how they are judged as to whether or not they are successful. It no longer has anything to do with education or with the quality of education.